Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS 128, and today is September 21st. Let me share my screen. Share screen. And so we are a syllabus. We are in this period here. Oh, really? ITS, oh yeah. No, oops. We're in this branch, right? But I think we're behind, which is why I scheduled 3 classes this week. So let's go see where we are. No, not that. This one. And I'm gonna go to here. 3.10, I guess, is the last thing I talked about. So I go all the way to the end here, and if you look up here at the top in the book, you can always tell where I am in the video. So this is how you, like, you know, you're working on something, and you just want to hear what I have to say about a particular section, because you know you need to know how to do that to do a lab, and then this is how you find it. I like to mention that because I want to say because people ask me, and I know it's a good reminder. so you'll probably hear it again. But anyway, so it looks like this looks like the very end. We're doing some string formatting. And so let's go take a look at that. So I go here and click on the book and log in to 128, 310. String formatting. All right, so this is using this format method, and you know, you just got to get used to it. It's a method that you get along with a string object. So we have a string object here, and the string object can be expressed as a literal. Can be expressed literally. I mean, it doesn't have to be a variable, you know, a variable name. But along with the string object, you get this dot format method, and what this dot format method does is it sort of will mess with the string, and it'll make this first one here, which is a variable, will be replaced. Will replace these 2 curly braces, and this variable here will replace these 2 curly braces, and it'll come out looking like this. Okay, so that's how this format method works. So you want to click through that so you get the points. So here's some examples. I went through this. You can have them in a different order if you want to, and then all you do is you put the number referencing which one inside the curly braces. You can also name the arguments. This is actually like a function. It's a method, and you're passing it these arguments. And what the method does is it replaces a hat with the 0th one and cat with the first one, and so on. So that's what this is all about. And so you can also have the different kind of formatting parameters here. This means you're outputting a string, but that's what the default is, so you don't have to do anything. This means you're outputting a decimal number. This is a binary number, so it's going to output different. And so these are formats. This is the E notation. This is the floating point, fixed point notation. So you got six places of precision. Oh, is that right? Okay. This is programmer defined places of precision. Okay, so that's formatting, and so let's see what's next. Addition health data. Okay, this is you should probably page. Oh, this is all it is. Okay, this is a lab activity. It's not going to give you any points or anything, but let's just see what it does. It's going to ask you for something, and you're going to enter 22, and then it's going to take what you entered, multiply it by 365 days, and that says how many days old you are if you're 22. And so we're using this, we're calculating this number, and we're displaying it out right here. And so it's going to say 22 times 365, whatever that is, it is this many. So anyway, that's what that is. All right. I guess I have not done any of these. Let's see, which ones should I do? I gotta. This is just printing out an arrow. That's pretty easy. This is printing out an. Oh, I see. Okay, here we're supposed to write a program that prints out. You read in a number like this, and it prints out a number like this. Now you have to do all these. So now we're reading it in as an integer. See, I'm gonna pull up Notepad here just because and see, where's my ITS 128 folder? Oh, here it is. Let me what's in here. This. So I'm going to open up test. I just open it up in Notepad to keep it simple. Open with well, I'll just open it with that. Plus, no, wait, can I do it this way? Can I go open? I'm wasting our time. Desktop 128. Test2.py. All right, here it is. So I want to see what this. Oh, I'm writing a program. I'm starting with this, and so let me do that. You know, you really should use an editor that where once it knows that it's a .py file, that it'll format like that. So it looks like here we are. So here's my Notepad++. And I'm gonna start with that. And the first thing, okay, so we have a phone number. So I have to figure out what the area code is equal to something. And then I'm gonna figure out what the right 7 digits are. And then I'm going to figure out what the exchange digits. That's the third exchange digits. So in other words, this is like we've got something like 808 555 1212, and we want to turn this into 808 555 1212, right? That's what we want to do. So so the number is this. In other words, it's this. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off the 808. Okay, and that's what that's going to be. Okay, so what that would be is I just want to hack off this. So an integer divide of 1 0000000. So phone number, integer divide of 1 and then 5551212. Okay, that should give me area code. Now I want to just grab off the 5551212. Well, that would be area code mod 123 5551212. Okay, so that's going to get rid of everything above this. So this is going to be 5551212, and then I need the exchange digits, and by that I want the 555. That's the exchange. In the old days we'd call that the exchange. So this is going to be the right 7 digits. Right 7 digits. Integer divide 1,000. 10,000. We want to get rid of the rightmost 4 digits. So we have this right here, and we want to get rid of the 1212, the rightmost 4 digits, and what will be left is the 555. So before I go any further, I want to print this. Print, just so I can see what it looks like so far. Area code, comma, right 7 digits, comma, exchange digits. Okay, I want to just see what that looks like. So I'm going to save it, and it's test2.py. So I got to pull up a CMD, and this comes up. And I want to do CD to my OneDrive, and then to my desktop, and then to my ITS 128. And here I am, and there's test2, and I can do Python test2.py, and no, it didn't work. Did I not save it? I saved it. Oh, I have to type in a number. Ah, geez. Enter a 10-digit phone number. I want to see what I'm doing. Anyway, so it's waiting for me to type something in is the problem. So I'm going to go 808-555-1212, and it prints out the 808, and then it prints out not the 555-1212, and so anyway, it's a bug. Area code mod. Oh, not area code, phone number. No. Yeah, phone number. That's what it should be. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, 808-555-1212. And there we go. The area code, this is the rightmost 7 digits. I just want to pull those out. And this is the exchange. And so now I got to grab off the 1212. So I can do lower 4 equals right 7 digits, mod 1,000. Mod 1,000. You see a pattern there? And then, so really what I want to print, the output format is, okay, so I'm going to say output number equals, I want a left parentheses, and then I want string, better do string, just in case it gets weird. In fact, I'm gonna, no, I'll do it. String, and it's a string of area code. And then I want to append to that the close parentheses, space, and then I want to append to that string of exchange digits plus a hyphen plus the string of the lower 4 digits. Okay, so this is the output number. And so now I can just print the output number. Okay, let's see if this works. 808-555-1212, and it prints out out number. What's out number? Well, it's output number. Copy, paste. Eight oh eight 543-1234, and it goes 808-543-1234. All right, so that's how you do that one. And so you can put your code in here, and of course it's not, maybe it's pretty close to this. Let's see. So let's see what happens when we put this here. So you got to do it this way. So that's the input. Now what happens when I run the program? It looks like it gives me the right answer. There's a space there. Yeah, just one space. And so what happens if we submit it? And oh good, we got other ones. All right, so that's that one. Did I do any of these? I can't remember if I did any of these or not. Let's see. What does this say? Oh, lab 217. We're in chapter 3. Well, let's see. What's another one I can do? Oh, we're learning this. That's too easy. What's this one? Formatting some output. All right, so sure, let's do this one. Let's see, it's 348. All right, so we have what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to write a program with 2 inputs, which is the current price and last month's price. Then output a summary listing and the change since the last month and the estimated monthly mortgage computed like this. Okay, so it gives us a formula. And so we just got to use that formula. And we're supposed to output each floating point value with 2 digits after the decimal point, which can be achieved as follows. So we use this formatting thing. You remember we learned that in here. And so this is the value we'd be printing, 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. And so if the input is this, the output is going to look like this. Okay, so this house is this, $200,000. And now, and then what's the first one? The current price and last month's price. Okay, so this is the current price, and this is last month's price. So in other words, it went down by $10,000. So it prints out the current price, and then it subtracts the current price from last month's price, and it gets negative. It gets this number, so it displays that out. And then it takes the current price and applies this formula to it, and you get this number. And it prints it out 2 digits to the right of the decimal point using this format. So that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, so we read in the current price, we read in last month's price, and okay, so what I'm going to do is, I don't want to just give you the answer, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to well, I'm going to change the sentence. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to say, so I'm going to have it print, okay, so I have to calculate the change. So instead of the change that way, I'm going to say the discount. So I'm going to call it the discount, okay? And I'm going to call it discount is equal to last month's price minus the current price. So instead of saying the change is minus $10,000, I'm going to say this house. So I'm going to say the output string is going to be equal to this house was priced at this current price, last month's price, last month, but is now discounted plus discount. Okay, so I'm going to output it's now discounted okay, that's it. I got to put a period there. And I want to do a new line, which I can do. I think that's all I need to do. This period is this period. So it's different. See, it's different. But then there's a new line, and then there's this. The estimated mortgage payment is plus this. Copy, paste, and it's mortgage payment. What is it? It's, here, this. Copy this. Mortgage payment equals this. And this is mortgage payment. Copy, paste. All right. Well, I'm going to see what this does. Okay. And I'm just going to use this format here, and I'm going to put these two inputs in here because those are the two inputs. That's this here. First input, the first one is the current price, and the second one is last month's price. So you put that here, and I'm just going to run this and see what it looks like. Boom. All right. It doesn't like concatenating integers. I took care of that last time right off. See, I got to put the str there. Okay. So I'm going to put str, and str. This is real sloppy code, by the way. You want your code to look nicer than this. So now let's just look like run. Oh, because I did. I got to print output string. Oops. Got to print it out. All right, now run it. It says this house was priced at this amount last month, but is now discounted $10,000. Okay. So it's just different than what this is. This is, in this case, it prints out the current price, and then it prints out the current price minus the last month's price. I instead of doing the current price minus last month's price, I do last month's price minus current price, so it's just the opposite. So my number is a positive number in this case because it went down. If it went down, so this one's negative. Well, mine went up because I'm not subtracting current. So here I'm subtracting current price from last month's price, and this up here does the opposite. So that's why that's why my number is positive and this number is negative. And then I calculate the mortgage payment. That's the same, right? It's $850, and this one's $850. Now, what we're missing is the dollar signs. Well, let's put some dollar signs in there. I want to put a dollar sign right there and right there. So it would be right here. Right here and right here. And now when I run the program, now there's dollar signs. So anyway, so I've given you all the logic how to do it for very similar problems, and you can go ahead and change this, reverse this, make this sentence look like this sentence. All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna leave the other two to you, and if you have any questions on any of them or you find them difficult, just post it up on the forum, and I'll do it for the benefit of the rest of the class. Yeah, this is a pretty easy one. What is this? Oh, this is the first one, row 1, where we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 spaces followed by the head character, which is, in this case, a hashtag. And then after that, row 2 is going to be, let's see, its head character is this, and base character is this asterisk. So the first one is going to be space, 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 plus head character. The next row 2 is going to be base character, base character, base character, base character, base character, base character, followed by head character twice. See, so tell you what, I'll do that one for you. So it's going to be not this, it's going to be base character. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, oops, 6, and then 2 head characters. It's going to look like that. This is row 2. And so I'm just going to put row 3 as nothing. And you have to do that. But now when we run it, let's use the same base. Let's use the same base character and head character. So I'm going to change the base character to a hyphen. I'm going to change the base character to hyphen and the head character to a right arrow. And I'm going to run it. Row 3. What did I do? I put double. Run it again. And I get, this is the first one. This is the second one. Then you got to make the third one. And then this is the second one again. And this is the first one. If you'd rather, I'll do it this way. Base character, head character. And when I run it, it looks like this. This one, that looks like this one. And then you just have to make row 3. All right, so let's go on to, it's 4 o'clock. Let me just start, let's start chapter 4 here. So we are all done. We've sort of exhausted more or less the assignment statement or the variable, the variable and the assignment statement. The assignment statement is where you assign a variable a value, and you have an expression on the right side, and then you calculate that expression and you assign the variable that value. Now we're going to start learning how to put some logic into our programs, and so we're going to learn about branches. So to try to basically, people familiar with the steer. Okay, here's an example of if you were ever a host at a restaurant, I guess. I've never been a host at a restaurant, but my daughter was for a while. So here, the idea is, okay, so if one person comes in, you seat the person at the counter. If 2 people come in, you seat them at a small table. If more than 2 people come in, you seat them at a bigger table. So the host mentally executes the algorithm. If party of 1, seat at counter. Else, if party at 2, seat at small table. Else, seat at large table. It doesn't really so it's 2 tests, and there can be 3. There's 3 options. And so this makes sure you understand what the algorithm is. So you just answer these. So here's so this is just a basic if branch where you're doing some assignment statements, and here you're getting the next input, and then you do a test. And it's like, okay, so here, if the person's over 65, then you give the person 20% off, I guess. this. Otherwise, you don't. You skip this step. So the hotel rate just stays the same. No, you take off $20. Yes. And then it just continues on. And so this shows that. So you can start this up, go through the animation, get the points. And this makes sure if user age 20 does the true or false branch execute? Well, the true is greater than 65. So the false branch will execute. If the user age is 70, what hotel rate does the program output? Well, it's one. If it's 70, then it has done this, and so then when it outputs the rate, it's going to be the smaller one. All right. Okay, so here's an example on how you compute the absolute value, and basically you read in a number, and if the number is greater than 0, you just make it the negative. So if it's a negative number, you make it the negative of that, which makes it the positive. So anyway, you can see that. What does this do anyway? Nice. All right. Okay, now there's also else. There's also if else. Okay. And with if else, it's you actually tell it to do something different in the false case. So you have it do one thing if it's true, and you have it do another thing if it's false. See here, it's you have it do one thing if it's true. If it's false, you don't do anything. But here, you have it do one thing if it's true, and if it's false, you do a different thing. And this thing doesn't need to be one statement. It can be a whole bunch of statements. In fact, you can nest branches within branches within branches. So this tests your understanding. For what value of user age will both branches execute? What is this supposed to be? Consider the insurance price example above. If the user age is less than 25, this branch, if it's less than 25, it's this amount of insurance. If it's otherwise, it's this amount of insurance. What is this question? Okay, okay, right. None and none. So what are the other has to execute? All right, so here's an if then else. Here's an example. You want to figure out which number is bigger. Well, you read both numbers in. If x is bigger, you want to set a variable called max. You want to set that equal to the biggest one. So you go in and you say, is x bigger than y? If it is, then you set max equal to x. Otherwise, you set max equal to y. Now, of course, if x and y are the same. If x and y are the same, it's going to set y equal to an. It's the same. That's right. It doesn't matter. It's the same. All right. So that's another. This is an example of using an if else. Okay. There's if else. Okay, and you can have as many else ifs as you want. And is it else if? Else if. I think it's called elif in Okay. All right, so here we have, you know, if here we're testing, if the number of years equals 1, okay, so this is for how long people have been married. If the number of years equals 1, then it's then you say newlyweds. Otherwise, if the number of years is equal to 25, you say silver. If the number of years is equal to 50, you say gold. Otherwise, you say congrats. So this is the final else case. So this is if number of years equals 1, do this. Else if number of years equals 25, do this. Else if number of years equals 50, do this. Else do this. So that's how that works. And this test, consider this structure. So this is one way of expressing it. In Python, it's a little bit different, but it looks more or less like this. This is what it is logically. This is the computational sequence of steps. And so you just have to make sure that you can follow this by reading it and express it based on what the description is. So if x is equal to -1, it writes out disagrees. If x is equal to 0, it writes out neutral. If x is equal to 1, it writes out agrees. And if x is equal to anything else, it says invalid entry. All right, so, here's a challenge activity. Let's see what this is. Where are we anyway? 4.1. All right, let's try to get through some of this stuff. All right, I'll do one of them. Start. Type the program's output. Okay, so start. Num apples equals 7. If num apples is less than 4, you do it. It's not. It's D. Put D to the output, and then put H to the output. Put H to output. All right. Okay. Numcats is great. Yes, it is. So it's A and then K. See, so anyway, you can do that. All right. Detecting equal values with branches. Okay, so now we're going to learn all these operators and stuff. The if clause or the if expression. And so for testing equality, you use this thing. You use a double equal sign. That's the equality operator. So for example, this tests if the variable num years is equal to 50. It's like if num years equal 50. So that's how you write it. It's like this here. If num years is equal to 50, then you write this out. Okay, so this is just a plain old if, and this is actual Python syntax. So you can click through this, but basically hotel rate is 150. You ask how old they are. Oh, in this case, if the number of years is equal to 50, then they get half off. Otherwise, they don't get anything. It's just a plain old rate. So here, if num years is equal to 50, it does this. Otherwise, it skips around. Like, no. If num years is equal to 50, it does this. Otherwise, it just goes straight through. I don't know. This is kind of a confusing diagram there, but anyway, you get the idea. I guess it's 4. So yes, bonus value is 10 because it was set to 10. And num item starts out at 1. And since this is true, then this executes and you add 3 and 4. All right. You can test if something is equal, or you can test if something is not equal. And so that means it's true if it's not equal, as opposed to being true if it is equal. And this is the operator. So this is if A is not equal to B, whereas this is if A is equal to B. So that's the not equal operator. And name the operator to complete the desired expression. Numdogs is 0, and so you want to know if numdogs is equal to 0, I guess. All right. If numdogs and cats are this, well, that'd be equal. Oh, if they differ, would be this. They're not equal. Oh, this is not a valid operator. Now, in SQL, this is a valid operator. And there are other languages where that's actually a valid operator, but that's why they put that here. All right, so that's that. And here's if else. This is how you write an if else statement. If this is true, do this. Otherwise, if this is not true, it's not true. In other words, if this ends up being false, then you do this one. So this is a simple program where you read in a number and you take the mod of the mod 2. And so if mod 2, the remainder, that's the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then you know that the number is even. If the remainder is not 0, then you know the number is odd. All right, so that's if else. So we're supposed to write this. If user age, so here, yeah, see, so you have to be able to, this is in the description of what the program is supposed to do, and you have to be able to look at this and write the Python statement for it. So if user age equals 62, then how do you make it? Then item discount equals 15. Else colon 1, 2, 3. Item discount equals 0. See? So that. Is this right? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Now, I wonder what happens. Well, another thing you can do, you can do this. You can say, we can start out and say, item discount is equal to 0. If age is equal to 62, then you said item discount is equal to 15. Now, is it gonna say that this is the right answer? No, it's not. Okay, well, whatever. So, anyway, you get the idea. It's this answer. But this does the same thing. Just thought I'd point that out. All right, so let's do one more. So we have, if num people equal 10, then group size equal 2 times group size. Else, the group size equals 3 times group size. And then on the next line, num people equals num people minus 1. So if num people equals 10, then group size, and I can do this, equals 2 times group size or I could do you can do this. You can do times equals 2, as you know. Say group size times equal 2. But I'm not going to do that because this is actually more clear to me. Well, let's see. I mean, maybe it wants this one. So if num people equals 10, then you want to execute this statement. Otherwise, you want to execute this statement. So otherwise, else, colon, 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, you want to execute this statement, copy, paste, and you want to execute this statement, copy, paste. Yeah? Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Now, I wonder if it would accept this. Now, this is the same thing. Let's see if it accepts it. Yeah, I guess it does. All right. Well, anyway, all right. So you can do the last one. It's 422. Enter. Let's just do one real quick here. Numpuppies equals that. If numpuppies equals 5, do that. Otherwise, do that. What about it? E.g. E.g. Yeah. All right. Okay. What's this one? Basic if else. Start. Write an if else statement for the following. User tickets. If user tickets is not equal to 7, do this. Otherwise, do that. Okay. If user tickets, out here. If, let's do this. Lazy. Copy. Paste. All right, it should be if user tickets is not equal to 7, then colon enter that else colon that. All right. Check. It reads in user tickets, it tests to see if user tickets is equal to 7. If user tickets is equal to 7, it sets awards equal to 10. Otherwise, it sets awards equal to user tickets. Otherwise, it sets awards equal to user tickets. Execute this equals 10. If it's not equal to 7, do that. Write an if else. This is an if and an else. What does not like? I don't know. Oh. Did I get the right answer? I think I got the right answer. Oh yeah, I got a check mark. And let's see what's next. You can do this one. Okay, so here's multi. We've got the elif going on here. So if number of years equals 1, elif number of years equals 10, elif number of years equals 25, elif 50, and otherwise nothing special. So that's a multi-branch if-else statements. So 1, 2, otherwise 10. What is the final value of employee bonus if each of the given values? Okay, if num sales equals 2, then employee bonus is, what are we supposed to say? Employee bonus 5. If num sales is equal to 0, it's going to be 0. All right, you can do the rest of them. What's next? 425, detecting ranges with branches. Okay, so here we use, here's an example. You want to decide what team the child should play by his age. So you have, if the child is less than 6, then it's no teams. Else if the child is less than 8, else if the child is less than 10, else if the child is less than 12. So if it's between 6 and, if it's going to be 6 or 7, if the child is 6 or 7, then it's going to be this one, because it's less than 8, but it's going to be at least 6. Because if it was less than 6, then it would take this branch. If it's less than 6, it takes this branch. So if it's 6 or greater, then it continues, and then if it's less than 8, then it stops, and this is what it is. Otherwise, it keeps on going. If it's less than 10, it's this, and so on. So this is how this branching if then else structure can be used to identify like where in a range something is. So indicate the range corresponding to each branch. X is a non-negative integer. If X is less than 10, then this one. Oh. X is less than 20, it's going to be this one. Yeah, less than 30 is going to be this one. Otherwise, it's this one. Indicate the range detected by the expression. Okay, the type ranges like, okay, so if the branch is greater than 100, then it's going to be anything from guess 100, from 100 to infinity. Is it an integer? Well, I'm going to say this, but maybe they mean 101. Oh, yeah, okay. It doesn't say integer, does it? Anyway, yeah, they mean one. Trick question. All right. Else if 50 is greater than, if X is greater than 50, then go to branch 2. Okay, so it's going to be between 51, because it's integers, even though it doesn't say integers, between 51 and 100. Because if it was greater than 100, it's going to get this. It's going to take branch 1, and then otherwise it's infinity, negative infinity, all the way to 50. All right. Is this a reasonable structure? Well, if X is less than 100, go to branch 2. Else if X is no, because if X is less, oh no, I think this is right. If it's less than 100, that means it's all the way up to 100. If X is less than 100, if X is less than 200, oh no, wait a second, no, okay. If X is less than 200, so this would cover from 100 to 199. But then we have this less than 150. Well, it'll never take branch 3 because this is covered here. Anyway, so the answer is no. I mean, you instead should have it, if x is less than 100, go to branch 1. If x is less than 150, go to branch 3. If x is less than 200, go to, see, that's what you would really mean. If the execution reaches the expression x less than 150, then this must have been false, which means that it's going to be 200 or greater, so it'll never happen. All right. So this is this goes over how you use these structures to create these identifying inside ranges and so on. Let's just do this last one here. Flow charts. Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to learn flow charts, aren't we, in this class? Okay, I'll do one of these. Indicate the range covered by the following decision. Assume x is a non-negative integer. If it's less than 9, and if it's less than 9, so from, it's a non-negative integer. So from 0 to 8. Huh? Is this? Oh yeah, okay. All right, so that's how you do that one. And let's do this last challenge. Let's do one of these here. Okay, start. Type the range for the given branch. Assume x is a non-negative integer. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Range for y equals 1 is going to be if it's between 0 and 5. It's between 0 and 5, y equals 1. Yeah. For branch 2, it's going to be x is between 5 and 14. Okay, it's going to be 5 and 14. And if it's 5 or greater but less than 15, it's going to be y equals 2, and that's what it's asking for. All right, so that takes care of that. Okay, all right, it's 4:53. Question. I understand you have 2 more sections. Are these 2 days? Oh no. No, the next 2 sections are going to be continuing in this chapter, and because we're behind, so I'm going to cover the rest of chapter 4. I hope this week. You don't have to come. Just watch the video, and that's kind of the idea. So and when I schedule these classes, I realize that nobody probably has time to attend every single class, but hopefully it's spread out enough so you can at least attend one if you want to. I understand you. Are these 2 days on the same chapter? Yes, they are on the same chapter. Of course, you can log in. Anybody can log in anytime. So you're welcome. You're welcome to do that. It's not at all required, but it's nice having people come, because every now and then someone will have a question, and it's beneficial to the rest of the class and so on. All right, stop sharing. Are there any questions? All right, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.